Hey, record loving friends, this is Brian from tokyorecordstyle. I have had a great weekend. It's been a fun Sunday. I've spent the entire day at the park cheering for my son who competed in a dance competition. His troop didn't win, but he got the MVP of his troop and he got the MVP of all the MVPs. So we are very, very proud of him. It was a wonderful day. While he wasn't dancing, I was taking a nap on a blanket in the beautiful sunshine and green grass. A really lovely day. And I got to stream a little bit with my record-loving homies. We had a little Brian and Marty show this morning, which was really fun. If you're attuned to Tokyo Record Style, click back a couple of videos and check out the Brian and Marty show and look out for another episode coming up next weekend. We had a lot of visitors stopping by, which was really fun. And before the sun goes down on the weekend, I reached out to a pal of mine. Now, you might remember from a few weeks back, if you've been watching the channel, I was streaming from Shimokitazawa and I paid a little visit over to Pianola Records with my friend Bryce, and we went and visited Yohei and we sort of caught him off guard, but we asked him if we could come there and make a video at some time in the future. So stay tuned for another video from Pianola Records in the not so distant future. Thank you so much for having me. To be continued. And I texted him this week and he said, hey, come on by. There's something actually happening next weekend, which is really cool, and I want to share it with you. So I thought before the sun goes down, I'm going to zip on over to old Shimokitazawa, where I've taken you many times before, and take you to a really cool record shop called Pianola. You can see it's sort of a unique shop. It's not like the rest of the shops among all of those in Shimokitazawa. So I'm really excited to show you. So come with me on another little adventure across Tokyo and let's hit the road and head over to Shimokitazawa. We can catch a little bit of the sunset before it's gone, and you can come with me on a little journey over to the bonus track area where we're gonna find Pianola. Okay, off we go. Okay, folks, we have arrived at bonustrack. And the reason that it's called bonustrack, this new sort of shopping district, is because this is where the train tracks of the Odakyu line used to be. And they've since gone underground to avoid congestion. And if we look all the way behind us, there is the Shimokitazawa station and Docomo Tower way off in the distance. The very top purpley pink of the Japanese version of the Chrysler building. This is like a nice little boulevard that they've made from the station, and they've repurposed these railroad tracks to build some sort of public spaces. It's where they had a couple of weeks ago Moon Art Night Shimokitazawa. Now I'm just bringing you up to this new shopping district called bonustrack. It's got a little DIY, unfinished materials, open timber, and it's quite cool and interesting. I've been here a number of times. I haven't really explored all of it. Bonus track, it's like a double entendre. Bonus track that you get at the end of the record, or the bonus track that you get when you tear the train tracks down. There's some weeping willow trees here, which I always love. I'll mention that the logo here on the bonus track, which you can barely see, is a daruma. Daruma is a good luck character of Japanese folklore. He's like a doll. He's got two eyes and he's sort of like a weeble wobble, and you paint one eye at one point in the year and you paint the other eye at another point in the year. I'm not exactly sure the exact history of Daruma. This is an American Chinese restaurant. Oscar, it looks like. It could be quite good. This is a bonus track gallery. I've visited here before. This was where the AI show that sort of caught me off guard was. You can see the sort of unfinished ceiling and the exposed joists, and it's quite nice. I dig it. It's got kind of a no frills vibe. And then it's got this beautiful little boardwalk that goes like all the way across the town where the Orakyu line used to be, and it opens up into this sort of sprawling mixed-use retail space, which are all these like little sort of modular galleries and little bars and pop-up shops, and they've done a really good job with it. And it's multi-level, and I can see some cool stuff happening up here. B&B, but something cool. And this place I have visited a number of times. It's a cool like grocery and organic goods sort of space. They have like breweries and little farms, and they sell bespoke, small batch honey and shoyu and potato chips and things like this. It's quite cool. It's called, what is it called? It is called Hako Department. So come check that out. It's kind of a shop and a restaurant and a cafe. And then it opens up into this lovely courtyard where there are these hanging lights and little staircases that take you up to other little cafes and galleries and bars and little breakfast and lunch cafes, sort of organic-y style, something yuzu. This is the delicious Japanese citrus that's kind of only available here. Probiotic looking healthy veggie food. And little bar, not quite open yet. And yeah, I've brought you back here a couple of times. It looks like there's some premium sake, romantic shop. I'm not sure what this is. It could be a retail space, another cafe, another little bar. There's lots of stuff going on back here, little bookstores. You can see kind of the scale of the place. It's almost sort of like container scale. It's quite small, and it feels that way. Here is looks like a craft beer and maybe little bookshop. It's quite cool. I really dig it. They did a really good job with this place. Bonustrack. And there's some pop-ups here. There's some premium tea and some ladies stuff and some interesting stuff. Oh, carrot cake at Yo-Yo's, and a little bonus track house, select shop with, people selling sort of semi-flea market-ish, semi-cafe, popcorn and gumballs, and it's just quite nice. And it goes on for quite a ways, and I think they're probably figuring out how to best use it. It's only been open for a couple of, maybe a year. You can see up here on the wall there is Daruma. He's the Weeble Wobble doll I was talking about, whose eyes get painted on at various times of the year. There's some cool events here on the calendar. I'm going to come back to this one, but you'll see the word record on there. Record fair, yes, that's correct. And other talk events, podcast weekend, and more. But where I am going to take you right now is to the very cool shop called Pianola Records. Open 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. Closed on Thursdays. This is the shop. It's a little record shop in Shimokitazawa. Now, Shimokitazawa has some 15, 16, 17 record shops. What makes Pianola a little bit different? We're going to find out, because it's not exactly like the other shops here. And for you to be able to distinguish yourself from the other record shops in Shimokitazawa, you need to go an extra mile, and that's what the proprietor here, Yohei-san, has done. So without further ado, let's go check out Pianola Records. Konbanwa, ii desu ka? Hontou ni daijoubu? Okay. Yeah. All right. So this is Pianola Records. This is the cool record shop. Ii desu ka? Can I just go ahead and shoot? That's okay. Yeah. This is Yohei-san, the proprietor. He's a really cool dude, and he's got this shop that started in 2020, Janai. It started in right when the pandemic started. He decided to open a record shop. I've read a little bit about Pianola. I've only visited maybe 2 or 3 or maybe 4 times. And it was a record shop that was maybe a dream of Yohei-san's. He's the owner here, and he's been working in the music industry for some 2 decades, 10, 20 years.
Almost, yeah, about 15?
15 years. He's worked at other record shops in Japan, and then this opportunity came for him to own his own record shop, and he decided to jump on it, and now he's got this really cool shop. So Pianola, I got to ask him about Pianola, but I just want you to take notice before we look at anything. There's a crazy synth keyboard organ thing here, the Farfisa. I've never even seen this thing. It's gorgeous. And there's a piano diagonally set in the middle of the room, and you walk down these stairs and it opens up into the shop. There's music all over the piano, and our record collection is over here against the wall, and there's literally music in every corner. And it's a really cool place just to explore visually. I see flowers on the walls. I see the Pianola branded bag. I see some artworks, and there's a staircase that goes up to maybe a little secret clubhouse, who knows. And let's just stop for a second and have a little chat with Yohei-san and say thank you for letting us Tokyo Record Style people come and video. Okay, I'm just talking with Yohei-san. Yohei, what's your last name?
Kunitomo.
Kunitomo-san. Kunitomo-san, I hope it's okay if I call you Yohei-san. Kunitomo is a little bit, but yeah, Kunitomo it's not Kuni no Kuni. Is it the country no Kuni?
It's a country Kuni.
And Tomo is Tomodachi no Tomo?
Yeah, the country friend.
Really? I mean, in Japanese, in English, it's country friend. That's a nice name. And Yohei-san. So he's just told me a little bit about his shop. I'm going to share with you. But before I do, I'm just going to show you some of the wall records. You'll notice, I'm not going to know the titles so well. Now, I said, what you would have to do to sort of distinguish yourself from, the 15 other record stores in Shimokitazawa is to go for some intense curation, and that's what Yohei-san has done. He has really part of the, obscure record shop. He's got both new and used records to show.
Yeah,
mainly secondhand records, and I know some of you out there in YouTube world are you're big fans of these obscure labels and left field and ECM and, free jazz. And it's stuff that I'm not really that steeped in yet, but I know that there's a whole world of just digging deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And I think if you want to distinguish yourself from lots of the record stores in Shimokitazawa, you've got the Disc Union, which has everything. You've got a record shop that sort of specializes in electronic and dance music. You've got a shop that specializes in hip-hop music. What I think Pianola it digs deeper. It goes to places that you're not really going to find at the typical record shops. And I asked Yohei-san, how does one break into avant-garde, left field, deeper digs of music? And he told me that his first touch was Tom Waits, which I could really identify with as a huge Tom Waits fan. I was like, Tom Waits! I saw Tom Waits forever ago. And Yohei-san said, yeah, he loved it. And we talked about the Island Years, Swordfish Trombones, and the post-jazz club Tom Waits, where it went into more, bizarre, experimental theater type, that world. And the last time I was here, he turned me on to a Hoagie Carmichael record, fully like a scene from High Fidelity, where I said, recommend me something. I love Tom Waits, recommend me something. And he was going through the discs. I'll show you a picture. He was going through the disc with 2 hands. He had one hand in one stack and one hand in another stack. I'll pull the picture up right here. Oh yeah, I know the name Hoagie Carmichael. And he said, don't you have some Hoagie Carmichael? I said, I don't have any Hoagie Carmichael. He said, don't tell anybody you don't have any Hoagie Carmichael. So he sent me one home, and I can hear some of those early Tom Waits sounds, those jazz club sounds on those early, there's a couple of those tracks on that record, reminiscent of those early Tom Waits years. So today you've got your Tintin shirt on. We've got some Tintin fans I know on the channel. You're from Istanbul. You said you grew up with music. There was music in your family. You played piano?
Yeah, my parents both used to play instruments.
Okay.
My father's a drummer and also really into rock music, rock and roll, and hard rock. Yeah, that's the interest.
Okay, so then you started working in record store, school days.
Yeah, university when I was 20 or 21.
And how about your piano playing? I assume was this your childhood piano growing up by any chance?
Yeah, actually, this piano, my parents bought from.
Wow, beautiful. Yamaha, I assume.
Yeah, Yamaha.
Wow.
One of the classical.
Beautiful upright piano.
Played piano over 10 years, but not professional, probably amateur. But still, yeah, this is, I think, an important influence for me.
For your music,
yeah.
Right? Very cool. You said you started this record store in 2020, the month that the pandemic started, right?
April, so right after.
bonustrack only opened maybe right around that time too. Did you struggle to get going, or was it easy, or was it hard? Did you have all the challenges that everybody else had during the pandemic?
Fortunately, the first day and the second day, a couple queue.
People lined up. Okay, right.
Yeah, everyone's my friends, but yeah, the people keep coming, and spent a lot. And yeah,
you have some loyal fans. I read about Pianola Records. Now, Pianola Records, the name Pianola comes from like a player piano kind of instrument, right? Yeah. I also read about you have a record label called
Conatala, yeah.
Conatala. He's got a record label. You're releasing records that haven't been in circulation, records from the 80s, 90s.
Yeah, that's basically early 80s to early 90s, that decade. And also
new local artists, right? Okay. I assume some of these records on the Conatala label.
So it's called Nana-FO.
Nana-FO. Nana is 7 in Japanese. Nana-FO.
Yeah, the guy from Osaka, electronic artist, but he only using the hardware, not PC.
Okay.
So it's like using
musical instruments,
gears.
Okay. Wow, interesting. Okay, this is really nice.
Yeah, it sounds like kind of ambient, but it's more like remind me DIY in the 80s.
Okay. Tape culture, interesting. Okay, Nana-FO, check that one out on the Conatala label. I assume if you visit Pianola's website, you can learn more about the records that you're releasing. Exactly. How many have you done so far?
5 or 6.
5 or 6. 4. So just getting going.
Yeah, just getting going. But we also have a lot of plan to release. And actually, next month we're gonna put out 2 albums of. It's called Dumb Type, the multimedia performance. It's kind of art theater from 80s in Kyoto.
From Kyoto? Okay, I don't know about it. It sounds interesting. Dumb Type. Okay, we're going to check out Dumb Type that I don't know about yet. 2 new titles coming out in the next month in the Dumb Type family of music. Interesting. All right. Thank you so much for sharing about Pianola Records. I'm going to show you guys a little bit more of this shop. I'm going to show you a few more little beautiful things that you can see around the shop. And then I want to tell you about something special that's happening next weekend. So check out some more from this shop. I came in here a year or so ago and saw a Moondog single, and I so regret not buying it.
That's the best from.
I wish I would have bought that. Whoa, what's that?
2008 or 9.
Okay. Yeah, I should have bought that.
I don't have any more.
No, that's okay.
I should have to keep it.
Wow, you've got some cool 10-inch. Wow, I don't know how. I know how you do it. You have to. I think you have to abandon popular music. I think you have to abandon popular music. Oh, there's a record from Mermaid. I photographed this guy for Tokyorecordstyle.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, he's on. Okay, that's cool. He's in here.
He was here yesterday.
Oh, really? He seems like an interesting character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I listened to his record. It's quite cool. He's got his own label?
Exactly.
He released some car recordings. I know that that's like a thing in Japan. It's like some people, they like record the sounds of like motorcycles and cars and I think he released one of those records. It was like highly sought after. Really? You have it? Oh, really? Okay. So yeah, there it is. I kind of was curious about this. I couldn't find it online. So the guy, Mermaid, who I ran into in Shibuya and made his photo, this is his maybe EP, and an interesting character. I think he's making kind of electronic music and experimental music, and he also has his own label, and he re-released this interesting record, which is the sound of like super bikes on the racetrack. It's called Motorcycle Exhaust Mix. And I think it was highly sought after at one point in the 80s or 90s maybe, and he got the rights to re-release it. I've seen these records in interesting record shops from time to time. You see, the sounds of motors or the sounds of exhaust, and that's one on Mermaid's label. That's pretty cool. The label, Mermaid's label, is called?
Vinylrecords.
Vinylrecords, okay. Very cool. Arigato. Buto, that's an interesting Japanese art form. My friend Dai is part of one of the important troops. Some stickers and cassettes. Budget stuff too. You can come and try your luck on some old punk records. And wow, affordable records. And maybe I'm going to take a single or two home. And yeah, there's the 500 yen bins. And there's more stock down here. Les Paul. Dang, that looks good with Mary Ford.
Killer.
That's gotta be good. Piotr? Shouldn't I? Where's this from?
Kind of jazz rock from Slovakia or Czech.
Slovakia or Czech. Tillman Robinson. Max Richter from Sleep. I think Bemsha told me about this record. This was a concert where I think they invited the audience to come and sleep at the concert, if I remember correctly. And they played music all night long, and I think every person in attendance got a bed.
That's from a cheese label.
Oh, this is from Chi Shimizu's label. Interesting. Okay. And his label is called Organic Music, or?
No, the 17853.
17853 is Shimizu-san's label. I don't know about it. I don't have any records on his label. Okay, banjo. I mean, it's like, it just goes all over the place. I want to be careful with the records. Italy Records. I mean, and wow, these look really interesting. If you see anything in here that really sparks your attention, I mean, you're welcome to message me, and I can put you in touch with Yohei-san, and I don't want to bend the records. I'm not really into I'm not really into, I think some people are doing like a shopping. They're like trying to shop for other people. I don't really have time to do that. But if somebody can get in touch with you, I think that's really cool. Wow, where's this from? Spain, maybe? No. From the Middle East. Where could this one be for? The March of the Moros and Cristianos. Something from Sweden, maybe. Wow. I mean, look at that. Rarest Rockabilly and Hillbilly Boogie. That's gotta be fun. Wow, that's like from my neck of the woods. Alex Band, Pat Metheny. Wow, that looks really nuts. Jean-Claude Vincent. I know some of these records are going to make some of you really, really happy. Whoa, DJ Magic Mike. Natsukashi. Natsukashi. Wow, Proof of Utah. Wow. Okay, so it's just so deep. Bill Knopf. It's really deep. There's all different kinds of music in here. I mean, each one is like a different... There's no sections, I think. I remember I read about the way that the records are organized here, and there's nothing really categorized, and that is intentionally, so that you can get the maximum amount of musical discovery, and that is by design. So that's a really cool idea, and one that I really like, and I can just tell by going through every record, I'm taken into another little corner of the world, into another little section of musical history, and yeah, this is like a really one-of-a-kind record shop. Okay, so you can see this is a really, really cool record shop, really one of a kind in Tokyo. I really can't recommend you come here enough. I'm at the point where I have all my grails, and now it's about musical discovery, and I can tell that I need to come and bring home some Music of Africa series, and start with records like these, and come in here and ask Yohei-san, hey, I listened to something interesting from this genre of music. What can you recommend to me that else I might like? And he will be able to help me curate a nice selection and send me home with something special. So he can do the same for you, so please come check out Pianola Records. The logo is really nice, by the way. I really like the logo. The logo is, of course, a little bit of a tribute to the self-playing piano, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's really nice design, and I think the Conatala label also has a kind of a beautiful similar motif label, and it's designed by the same guy, and there's like a calendar of events that are going on, and all the people who like to come and do collabs, you can come here and stay abreast about what is going on in Pianola world. And the last thing that I want to tell you is that I came here today because Yohei-san told me you should actually wait to come until next weekend. And I said, why is that? And he said, well, because next weekend there is going to be a record fair in bonustrack. And that is what you saw right here. This is the record fair that will be happening next weekend. And I think Pianola is essentially kind of the hometown record store. Yeah, he's kind of, I don't know if he's the official host of the event, but I can see that there are going to be some 20 or so various record vendors here. A couple of them I recognize. One is Shimizu-san, Shimizu at Organic Music, who's a sort of legendary Japanese musicologist who runs a shop that I've taken you to before, Organic Music in Planet Baby in Shimo Igusa. It's a really cool shop. I think you guys are friends. And I also see Upstairs Records, which is Sako-san, who has a shop in Koenji, and he specializes in sort of underground music and having a shop in Shanghai. There's also a lot of underground Chinese music and Taiwanese music, and there's also some obscure records and all manner of really cool stuff. Sako's not coming. Okay, he's not coming, but I thought I saw his name on the list. Okay, well, anyway, I want you to check out the bonustrack record fair. I'm going to show you the poster over here so you can see it a little bit bigger. Here you go. Oh, there's my camera. The 26th and 27th, and these are all the various shops. It's going to be from 11 to 9 on 2 days, so you can come and hang out. I assume there's going to be some music playing. Hosted by Pianola. Okay, that's really cool, man. Congratulations. That's awesome. You are the official organizer.
Thank you.
Okay, cool. There's going to be a gallery with some artists, maybe?
Yeah, so 20 store.
Yeah.
And everybody to bring some unusual stuff or some interesting stuff.
Yeah.
And also, the couple store has kind of stuff for the beginner.
Okay.
So don't afraid to come.
Don't be afraid to come.
Don't be afraid to come.
Okay.
And also, the audio gear It's like
Okay, guys, that's for you audio heads. There's gonna be some audio.
Some guys has the cassette player, like cassette deck.
I'm looking for a cassette deck.
And
I've got
also-
cassettes. I don't have a cassette deck.
Yeah, and also one guy brings the record cutting machine.
Oh, cool.
So if you bring some audio data,
Hey, you can
and
get a record
you
cut.
you can make a 7-inch.
Hey, awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that is going to be a good time. So next week, the record fair. Is this the first official Pianola record fair? Is this the second, third? Fifth. Okay, so they're happening multiple times a year. I came once. That's kind of how I know about Pianola, is that I came and I met Azu-san from HMV.
Oh, yeah.
And he told me to come meet Sako-san at Pianola, and I came and there was a little record fair going on. So it sounds really cool. A bunch of interesting artists, record curators are coming. There's going to be some gallerists who are going to show some handmade, rebuilt speakers and gear stuff, including cassette decks, which I'm looking for. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I see like cool artwork. That's the kind of place that Pianola is. It's obviously, it must be surrounded by a community of people who really love this kind of music. And to all of you who like dig that deep, I have so much respect for you. I'm a little bit scared to spend my money on things that I'm not sure if I'll like or not. And I think the kind of people who are attracted to this kind of music are those who are the most daring and most loving to discover new music. And so I salute all of you, and I salute Yohei-san for curating an entire shop of this kind of music for these kinds of people and this kind of community. And thank you for making record-loving life better for all of us. And like he said, if you don't know well about experimental music, underground music, avant-garde, left field, these sort of obscure sounds and records from all around the world, then come on, this is a chance to break in. I'm going to be inspired to come. I'm going to be here hanging out. If I can come and hang out both days, I will. And if you come to Shimokitazawa, go check out all the record stores. They're all really cool. But make your way over to bonustrack. Spend the later afternoon here. They open at 2 o'clock. They're open till late. I think you're the latest open record shop in Shimokitazawa, 9 o'clock. I'm not going to oblige him to be here every night. I bet there's some nights that he wants to go home early, but that's a treat because everywhere else closes at 8. So it's nice to know that if you got to get your record fixed and it's after 8 o'clock, then you can come to Pianola, get maybe a coffee or a beer at one of the local places, and come say hello to Yohei-san and come to this really awesome record shop, Pianola in Bonustrack in Shimokitazawa. There's a projector on the ceiling. They probably show some cool films from time to time, and he's telling me that he's got new inventory coming all the time. Next time I come here, I'm going to invite myself upstairs. I feel like he's got the secret stash up there, upstairs. Okay, thanks so much, everybody. Thank you, Yohei-san. I really appreciate it. We'll see you on the next video. Until next time, see you at the record store. Bye! Hey, man.
On your show.
Yeah, I appreciate it, dude.
I am.
Okay, see you next weekend at the record fair.
See you next week.
Bye, Yohei-san. Okay, that was so cool. That was Pianola Records at Bonustrack. And I am just going to take you back to the bike and take you back home with me. The little kiddo wants to go to get a birthday present for a pal, so I'm gonna zip back home and get her some attention. So please do come check out Bonustrack. Check out all the record stores in Shimokitazawa. Come pay a visit to Yohei-san. He's so friendly and nice and cool. And his record shop really deserves you to come by and pick up a record or two. So please do that. Come check out really cool Weeping Willow Bonustrack Shopping Plaza here in Shimokitazawa. And let's boogie on home together.